Try to download it. You cool on these? Yo, yo, yo. Good evening, YouTube. I'm back. I got Roman this time. Oh, son. You gonna get vaccinated? Yeah. That's funny, son. All right, so you ever had one of them nights, you know, you just go outside in your vehicle? Sorry about that, you guys. You ever had one of them nights you just go like in your vehicle? Just want to chill on the phone? You don't want to be inside the house? Hey, Sade, how's it going? You already kind of seen this. I'm just redoing what I did on my Facebook. What was it, yesterday? I kind of was doing it earlier today, but then my phone had died out. It's going pretty good, You know, blessed, can't complain. One day at a time. Yeah, I was on live earlier and I started speaking up on this. So I just wanted to, you know, kind of continue on that subject. So I'm gonna let a few more people tune on in.
Baby, we about to wait.
Come on. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get started. But how was your day though? How did your day go? Hey, you can take this too. Uh-oh, my phone. It went good. That's good. Good to hear that. Mine is pretty cool. Just still on chill mode. I think I'm gonna go back to work tomorrow. That's the plan. Go make them dollars, you feel me?
I'm trying to look for his phone. Wait, I'm gonna get your phone.
We might get some more people in, we might not. I don't know. I had a few people on earlier. You know, it's kind of late though. You work out here in Cal City? That's what's up though. I would ask where you work at, but I don't want you to dox your job location. I just need like three or four people so we could get started on this. Well, anyways, Sade's, wherever you work at, you don't have to say where you work at, but is your job like, have they spoken up on mandated vaccines? Are you vaccinated yourself? Oh, like weed? Marijuana? Have they said anything about vaccinations? Barely can see me, huh? There we go, a little better. Oh, okay, so you got the first shot. How did you feel off the first shot? Was it like, did you get any headaches or any side effects or anything? And then also, like, what made you, um, was obvious why you got vaccinated, but was there like a specific reason behind it? Like, did you get sick or did you just have fear of getting sick? Um, or just to be on the safe side? Hey, what's going on, Stephanie? How you doing? Well, I know how you doing. He was on here earlier, but welcome back. Yeah, so Stephanie, I'm just trying to continue on, part of the live that I was talking about earlier. I just want to know what a lot of people think in life and where you think life is headed going into next year, 2022, which is only like 3 months away, 3.5 months. What is that? 15 weeks. 15 weeks gonna go by fast. You know what I'm saying? Going into next year, because people like to take the beginning of the year and enforce a lot of things. So you already can see what they kind of enforcing now. Just imagine what's to come. Boricua in the house. What's going on, Boricua? Boricua love. So basically, you said you and your daughter got sick. So you guys got sick, and then you guys got vaccinated. Oh, okay. I'm just trying to get a better understanding. I don't think I'm gonna get vaccinated. I haven't got vaccinated in a long time for nothing. I can't remember last time I got a flu vaccination. I can't remember last time I caught the flu besides having this COVID. We gonna see how they start mandating stuff though. I barely travel. I haven't even went to a concert in my life yet. So I guess that's probably out the picture for right now. I don't know. It's crazy situation at hand. Hey, what's up, Skulls? So you guys pretty much talking about this vaccination. What do you guys think about like it being considered the mark of the beast, which kind of relates to the Bible, where you got to get a certain mark or that certain thing or whatever the case may be to go grocery shopping, to work, to do everyday activities in life. It's pretty much what was said in the Bible, right? How do you guys feel about that? Yeah, they are. That's pretty much what they're doing. That's pretty much, what Biden is saying on this video that I'm about to play is that it's going to be mandatory. Which, that's what I want to talk about is Like these times and days that we coming to in America, what do you guys think? Like, does it scare you guys? Kind of makes me scared. Not scared. I'm not gonna say scared, but just very concerned. It's very concerning for sure. Theory that people under 37 shouldn't get it. Yeah, I'm not religious either. Y'all know I'm spiritual, but I still pay. All right. For instance, let's talk about that real quick, Skulls. Like, the Bible has a lot of predictions, as you could say, prophecies that has came true. So, like certain things like that, I will look at. Just because I'm not religious, like I don't completely just eliminate every knowledge and wisdom out there. Me not being religious and being spiritual is open minded pretty much to anything that's common sense. If you got this book, which I'm talking about the Bible, which back in the day says, it's going to be this mark within due time in the future that's going to go like this and go like this. And if you don't got it, then you can't do this or do this. Then, something has to be true about that, right? And then on top of, outside of being religious, there's books that I read by like different people saying pretty much the same thing. Yeah, it is spreading, Sade, for sure. Like out here in Cal City, it's bad. Especially with kids going back to school. It's so many new cases. You said new worms? I haven't heard about that one. That's interesting. And NYC shots are mandatory now in the whole state, like any job, or is it just government employment, or it's mandated for everybody? Hammerhead worms. Oh, these people be making all types of stuff, man. Could you just imagine what these evil people be doing? Well, you could read it. You could read it in books and stuff too, but on YouTube where they talk about how they created certain bugs, like certain bees, and that's man-made. Should I say they'll crossbreed them or something like that? I'm getting a call every other day about my daughter being possible exposure. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're gonna shut down schools or they're gonna start mandating it for all our children to even go to school. I could already see that myself, like just the way it's going. Wow, that's crazy. Oh, for money, guns, ice cream. Even $100 gift card to be vaccinated. All right, before I play that video, I wanna look up them worms real quick because that's interesting right there. What the hell? I don't know which one to copyright me. I'm just trying to figure out the best one to play.
The all-new Google Pixel 5a with 5.
Yeah, this thing look creepy, y'all. Let's check out this hammerhead worm.
G, or just $15 per month, get you a brand new phone, device protection, and an upgrade after 2 years. Get more savings out of your savings on Pixel 5a 5G with Google Fi.
Welcome to another Animal of the Week. Today we are delving once more into the weird and wacky with this week's animal, the Hammerhead Worm. Like the previous Animal of the Week, the trilobite beetle, this name is just a nickname. Really, they are called Bipalium, and this is actually the name of their genus, with there being many different species of them. It is obvious where the nickname comes from though, with the members of the genus all possessing the strange hammerhead reminiscent of hammerhead sharks. There are many different species of hammerhead worms, and can therefore be found worldwide within the tropics and subtropics, as they love humid climates. They're actually an invasive species in many countries such as the USA, where they have been found outside of the tropical to subtropical regions, in places like New York and other far more northern states where they really shouldn't be. They come to these areas from plants that have been imported from South and Central America. They are also a big problem in Europe and can cause quite a bit of damage to gardens and greenhouses through their eating habits. Hammerhead worms are carnivorous predators that feed upon earthworms or mollusks like snails depending on the species of hammerhead worm, and therefore damage the habitats that they invade by killing off key decomposers, which will over time mean the soil becomes less and less nutritious as earthworms and snails are no longer there to break down a lot of dead plant material and return nutrients to the soil. They're actually quite brutal in the way they feed. At first they'll track their prey and find them, at which time they'll stick themselves to their prey item using the sticky mucus they can secrete. The prey will most likely not like this and flail around, so the worm uses its strength to overpower its prey and hold it still. It then secretes enzymes and tetrodotoxins onto the helpless prey that then start to digest the prey outside of the stomach, at which time the worm will then reach its throat out of its mouth and suck up the liquefied and rather dead prey. These worms are truly amazing in almost every way, and their strange reproductive habits are no different. These worms are hermaphrodites, meaning they are both male and female at the same time.
What the hell?
Worm reproduction is either sexual or asexual. In the worm's sexual reproduction, eggs are fertilized by gametes that have been shared between them by secretions. The eggs are then laid, which then hatch, and there you have it, multiple genetically different hammerhead worms. Asexual reproduction is interesting as it seems to occur far more than sexual reproduction. The way they reproduce with only themselves is much like how other worms do it, by literally fragmenting into separate parts that then develop into fully functioning copies of the original hammerhead worm. So far, we have asexual and sexual reproduction, secreting enzymes and tetrodotoxins for digestion, strong muscles to hold down prey, and the ability to invert its throat out of its mouth to devour prey. So what other interesting adaptations do they have? Well, they have what has been called a creeping sole, basically a strip on their underside that is covered in little cilia that, along with the slippery mucus they produce, allow them to move. They have been observed to be mostly nocturnal animals, hunting and moving around at night. This is clearly due to their main prey item, the earthworm, also being nocturnal and only coming to the surface at night. The hammerhead worm also likes it dark, humid, and cool, so the night is the perfect time for them to move around. These strange worms are part of the family Geoplanidae, which contains many other flatworms very similar to the hammerhead worms, but who don't have the hammerhead that makes them so special and distinct. The family is comprised of 4 different subfamilies. These 3 I won't try to pronounce, and the hammerhead worm subfamily of Bipolinae. These worms have no natural predators, as they are very toxic to other creatures that may try to eat them. They are not deadly to humans though, as they cannot produce enough toxin to kill a human, but they are still not edible and could make you ill if you were to eat one. That goes the same for other mammals like dogs and cats. They are the predators in their ecosystem, and so have nothing to fear from anything around them. It is their prey that have to look out for them. These are one of the few animal of the weeks that perhaps need to be killed by humans. In areas where they're an
Right.
invasive species, they can cause a lot of damage to the environment due to
What
how they
the
decimate
hell?
earthworm populations. They don't seem to be under threat from humans in their native habitats, and are more of a nuisance to gardeners than anything else. Thank
Okay,
you for
where do they
watching this
come
video. I
from?
really hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. If you'd like to learn more about our
Yeah, good looking on that. That was weird as hell. Hey, what's up, Andy? Yeah, we back on here. I'm just chilling outside, just getting some fresh air. I wanted to get back into the vaccinations, but then somebody had brought up these worms. Yeah, those things is creepy. You said they're in your town? It's going to kill a lot of people with side effects. Yeah, we was watching these worms. That wasn't interesting to you? Like, I didn't catch if they said where they came from. I want to know, like, are they man-made? What the hell? Oh my God. Can't step on them because you help them multiply. Wow. Did it say that in the video? Did I miss that part? That doesn't sound. So this is something new, right? And then y'all say y'all step on these worms and they multiply. Said it in video. Yeah, I missed. Oh, now I got bugs flying up in here. I heard of them before this. Oh, you heard of them? I think, you know what? I might have seen a little something, but it's probably something like I passed up because it does look like a little bit familiar, but they grow a new head or a new tail. Yeah, I just got through smoking. So look, hey, do you have you ever seen one of those out there in New York? Like yourself? Let me get this Biden video. Good looking on that Sade. Hit that like button, y'all. I gotta remember to always start saying that. Cause sometimes I'll be in the people videos, right, and be good, and then I don't actually hit the like button until like the end. Or till they actually be like, hey, hit that like button. Then it reminds me, oh yeah, I gotta go hit that like button. One more look, y'all. That is creepy. All right, hold on. Look at this one. Long. Let's see, can I see it?
think this is an invasive species of worm that I just saw a video about. but I'm not sure. Does anybody know and can they identify this?
All right, we're gonna get into this Biden video where he talks about mandating vaccinations across America, and starting with employment and stuff like
This is
that.
Monogram. We're an Austin, Texas-based medical technology company transforming the orthopedic market by combining state-of-the-art surgical
Which pretty
robotics
much
with
I just want to discuss it with you guys, see how people feel.
Based on available data from the summer, only
Nowadays it's like it's only so much you can do with anything we pretty much facing. You know what I mean? Besides just talk about it, because it's gonna happen regardless. All right, my bad. I was trying to get it right for y'all. I could be doing this on my laptop on my StreamYard, but like I said, I'm just outside chilling, just getting some fresh air. So I hope you guys don't mind. You guys still there? All right, there we go. Wait, you said you can't shoot them because she said I'm busting off shots. What kind of worm do they think it is? Wait, what do they do? What kind of worm is this? Okay, like, well, basically, from what we just learned, they kill off like snails and earthworms, which help produce, keeps the soil good to reproduce and keep the nutrients there. So by them killing the earthworms and all that stuff is damaging the soil basically, and then they're just nasty and creepy, and they multiply. They're both male and female, so that's how they multiply. It was a word they used for it. But yeah, that's basically the little rundown on the worms. Oh, the fuck. I gotta roll up my windows. Now we talking about worms are getting attacked, y'all, by bugs. All right, and they had the worms in the Bible. Hey, what's going on? Doug, how you doing, man? Asexual. Okay, yeah. Hey Doug, dude, how you feel about the vaccinations? Like, what's your thoughts and inputs on it, man? Are you vaccinated? Are you getting vaccinated? Okay. So you got both shots. Did you have any side effects? Oh yeah, you good. You know, we're not here for judgment. You know. I, I, man, I respect everybody for whatever they do, man. I'm not here to judge nobody on their religion, their sexual preference. You know, everybody got their own life, man, and I am not to judge nobody. So I'm not knocking no, I'm not vaccinated. I'm not knocking nobody that is vaccinated. I salute y'all though for sure, because that's a bold step to, put that trust into people like these people. Hey, what's going on, Shannon? Papa Duck? How the farmers are receiving money to basically stop farming. I could believe it. That's been one of their agendas, the government's agendas from day one. Stop anything from producing anything natural. But I always hear stuff about farmers, man, and real farmers that's just going, they always going through something, man. Well, it's ridiculous. It's nowadays it's illegal to farm. It's illegal to collect rainwater, I believe. Hey, Inky, I'm feeling 100, feeling solid. That's good, Puerto Rican stick. For reals. That's a diet that I need to try to get on, man, like a fruit diet. But then they got to be organic, which they got an organic store in Lancaster, pretty close. But then on that note, that's where it gets expensive. That's the crazy part. Yeah, thank you, Ink. I appreciate it. Yeah, you never heard that before, Shannon? I heard it a couple of times. I don't know what states or if it's really illegal, but I heard something like that before. Yeah, even the non-organic, it's not that bad, so it's still eatable. But yeah, with back to the worms though, that seems like something that the government would create to stop the production of life. Like, it's not the first thing or the first insect that they created. You guys got to think it's not really that hard for them to do stuff like that and create creatures like that. Like, that's probably really a worm with like hammerhead, a shark hammerhead DNAs. I'm telling you what these people they did. They mixed it all together in a freaking science lab somewhere. These angry scientists. Just to destroy. All right, yeah, that's a good question from Skulls. If you guys were to get vaccinated, what kind would you get and why? Or would you care about the brand? That's a good question, you guys. Uh, for me to answer that, I don't even know yet because I really haven't even got into details about that. educated myself on that. Honestly, I know it's Johnson and Johnson. Of course, Doug just said that, but I heard about that. And I probably heard some other names, but I don't remember them off top. Ian E said I would get the one my mom had. Puerto Rican says I'm gonna be wearing my dope mask for life. Let's go ahead and get started, y'all.
To combat the virus, if we can come together as a country and use those tools, if we raise our vaccination rate, protect ourselves and others with masking, expanded testing, and identify people who are infected, we can and we will turn the tide on COVID-19. It'll take a lot of hard work. It's going to take some time. Many of us are frustrated with the nearly 80 million Americans who are still not vaccinated, even though the vaccine is safe, effective, and free. You might be confused about what is true and what is false about COVID-19. So before I outline the new steps to fight COVID-19 that I'm going to be announcing tonight, let me give you some clear information about where we stand. First, we've made considerable progress in battling COVID-19. When I became president, about 2 million Americans were fully vaccinated. Today, over 175 million Americans have that protection. Before I took office, we hadn't ordered enough vaccine for every American. Just weeks in office, we did. The week before I took office on January 20th of this year, over 25,000 Americans died that week from COVID-19. Last week, that grim weekly toll was down 70%. And then 3 months before I took office, our economy was faltering, creating just 50,000 jobs a month. We're now averaging 700,000 new jobs a month in the past 3 months. This progress is real. But while America is much in better shape than it was 7 months ago when I took office, I need to tell you a second fact. We're in the tough stretch, and it could last for a while. Highly contagious Delta variant that I began to warn America about back in July spread late summer, like it did in other countries before us. While the vaccines provide strong protection for the vaccinated, we read about and hear about and we see the stories of hospitalized people on their deathbeds among the unvaccinated over the past few weeks. This is a pandemic of the unvaccinated, and it's caused by the America having unprecedented and successful vaccination program. Despite the fact that for almost 5 months, free vaccines have been available in 80,000 different locations, we still have nearly 80 million Americans who have failed to get the shot. To make matters worse, there are elected officials actively working to undermine the fight against COVID-19. Instead of encouraging people to get vaccinated and mask up, they're ordering mobile morgues for the unvaccinated dying from COVID in their communities. This is totally unacceptable. Third, if you wonder how all this adds up, here's the math. The vast majority of Americans are doing the right thing. Nearly 3/4 of the eligible have gotten at least one shot, but 1/4 has not gotten any. That's nearly 80 million Americans not vaccinated. And a country as large as ours, that's 25% minority. That 25% can cause a lot of damage. The unvaccinated overcrowd our hospitals. are overrunning emergency rooms and intensive care units, leaving no room for someone with a heart attack or pancreatitis or cancer. And fourth, I want to emphasize that the vaccines provide very strong protection from severe illness from COVID-19. I know there's a lot of confusion and misinformation, but the world's leading scientists confirm that if you're fully vaccinated, your risk of severe illness from COVID-19 is very low. In fact, based on available data from the summer, only 1 out of every 160,000 fully vaccinated Americans was hospitalized for COVID per day. These are the facts. So here's where we stand. The path ahead, even with the Delta variant, is not nearly as bad as last winter. But what makes it incredibly more frustrating is that we have the tools to combat COVID-19, and a distinct minority of Americans, supported by a distinct minority of elected officials, are keeping us from turning the corner. These pandemic politics, as I refer to, are making people sick, causing unvaccinated people to die. We cannot allow these actions to stand in the way of protecting the large majority of Americans who have done their part, who want to get back to life as normal. As your president, I'm announcing tonight a new plan to require more Americans to be vaccinated to combat those blocking public health. My plan also increases testing, protects our economy.
All right, you guys, let's recap on that real quick. What do you guys think so far? And like, basically the way he's breaking it down, like if you get vaccinated, he's not saying that you can still catch the virus. Maybe he might say it in his, later on in the speech, but what do you guys think? I just think it's too much BS involved, like revolved around this whole entire. It shouldn't be that confusing, man. We got 11 people in here. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. Fern says, I don't understand why people that had COVID need to be vaccinated. Yeah, which come to think about it doesn't make sense either because they have no way to fight COVID, but they have a vaccination. I don't know. Does that make sense to you guys? They don't have no medication. They don't have no medicine to fight it off. Your body has to pretty much fight it off on itself and then, get immune to it. So once your body is immune to it, what would be the point of a vaccination? Skull says being vaccinated doesn't make things any better, but they sure are looking to make life worse for people. This pandemic, Inc. says this pandemic was planned out falsely. Was talking about way before it happened. Yeah, I kind of lean on that too. Just because, this stuff has been talked about. I don't know, people seem to forget. Some people is just now getting educated on vaccinations, I guess. But this is not the first go around, you know what I mean? We've been fighting theories with vaccinations for years. The vaccinations before this wasn't so always was question marks. And then the crazy part is, people just talked about this before in the 90s, man, how even before it happened, how they create vaccinations for, to depopulate, you know what I mean, and to have control. Everything is control with them. I don't. Stephanie Queen says, I don't know why they want people putting something into our bodies after staying quarantined, trying not to get it. Hey, nah, you should be good, Puerto Rican. Boricua. That's what this channel for, man. We just talking about our opinions and stuff, man, which we're entitled to. We can't expect everybody to feel the same. They can't expect that either. I don't know, they do be strict on it on certain platforms, which doesn't make sense because if it was real 100%, everything that they say, they wouldn't worry about covering up certain things. You know what I mean? That tells you a lot right there, too, on how they so strict on Facebook or YouTube. We can't even title nothing after that. But why, though? If you guys not lying about nothing, we should be able to say whatever we want to say, especially as in the land of the free, right? They tried to come up with a vaccine years back, and didn't any of it work. Due to these aren't going to work either. So vaccines take years to make it right. Exactly. And they made it within 6 months. And why does it have to be in such a cold storage, but it goes into our hot bodies? That's a good question, Ink. Where Fauci was in the tabloids speaking of breaking news virus. Because if you get vaccine, you got the chance to survive. If you get flu shot, you can still get flu, but probably not die. Yeah, I know that's true. They do speak up on. I haven't heard about Fauci speaking up on this specific vaccination, but all that stuff about vaccinations definitely been in the air before it took place, because it's people that expose the government and leak some of their information regarding vaccinations and stuff.
And will make our kids safer. It consists of 6 broad areas of action. Measures in each of those actions you can read more about in whitehouse.gov. Whitehouse.gov. The measures, these are going to take time to have full impact. But if we implement them, I believe, and the scientists indicate, that the months ahead we can reduce the number of unvaccinated Americans, decrease hospitalizations and deaths, and allow our children to go to school safely and keep our economy strong by keeping businesses open. First, we must increase vaccinations among the unvaccinated with new vaccination requirements. With the nearly 80 million eligible Americans who have not gotten vaccinated, many said they were waiting for approval from the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA. Well, last month, the FDA granted that approval. So the time for waiting is over. This summer, we made progress
Oh,
in the
that was so
combination of
much
vaccine
BS.
requirements and
The way he did
incentives,
that.
as well as the FDA approval. 4 million more people got their first shot in August than they did in July. But we need to do more. This is not about freedom or personal choice. It's about protecting yourself and those around you, the people you work with, the people you care about, the people you love. My job as president is to protect all Americans. So tonight, I'm announcing that the Department of Labor is developing an emergency rule to require all employers with 100 or more employees that together employ over 80 million workers to ensure their workforces are fully vaccinated or show a negative test at least once a week. Some of the biggest companies are already requiring this. United Airlines, Disney, Tyson's Food, and even Fox News. The bottom line, we're going to protect vaccinated workers from unvaccinated coworkers. We're going to reduce the spread of COVID-19 by increasing the share of the workforce that is vaccinated in businesses all across America. My plan will extend the vaccination requirements that I previously issued in the healthcare field. Already, I've announced we'll be requiring vaccinations at all nursing home workers who treat patients and Medicaid because I have that federal authority. Tonight, I'm using that same authority to expand that to cover those who work in hospitals, home health care facilities, or other medical facilities. A total of 17 million healthcare workers. If you're seeking care at a health facility, you should be able to know that the people treating you are vaccinated. Simple, straightforward, period. Next, I will sign an executive order that will now require all executive branch federal employees to be vaccinated, all. I've signed another executive order that will require federal contractors to do the same. If you want to work with the federal government and do business with us, get vaccinated. If you want to do business with the federal government, vaccinate your workforce. And tonight, I'm removing one of the last remaining obstacles that make it difficult for you to get vaccinated. The Department of Labor will require employers with 100 or more workers to give those workers paid time off to get vaccinated. No one should lose pay in order to get vaccinated or take a loved one to get vaccinated. Today, in total, the vaccine requirements in my plan will affect about 100 million Americans, 2/3 of all workers. And for other sectors, I issue this appeal to those of you running large entertainment venues, from sports arenas to concert venues to movie theaters. Please require folks to get vaccinated or show a negative test as a condition of entry. And to the nation's family physicians, pediatricians, GPs, general practitioners, you're the most trusted medical
My bad,
voice
y'all.
for your patients.
These damn
You
bugs
may be the one person
attacking my
to get
car.
someone to change their mind about being vaccinated. Tonight, I'm asking each of you to reach out to your unvaccinated patients over the next 2 weeks and make a personal appeal to them to get the shot. America needs your personal involvement in this critical effort. My message to unvaccinated Americans is this: what more is there to wait for? What more do you need to see? We've made vaccinations free, safe, and convenient. The vaccine is FDA approval. Over 200 million Americans have gotten at least one shot. You've been patient, but our patience is wearing thin, and your refusal has cost all of us. So please do the right thing. But just don't take it from me. Listen to the voices of unvaccinated Americans who are lying in hospital beds, taking their final breath saying, if only I'd gotten vaccinated, if only. It's a tragedy. Please don't let it become yours.
Stephanie, you funny.
Second piece of my plan is continuing to protect the vaccinated. The vast majority of you who've gotten vaccinated, I understand your anger at those who haven't gotten vaccinated. I understand the anxiety about getting a breakthrough case. But as the science makes clear, if you're fully vaccinated, you're highly protected from severe illness, even if you get COVID-19. In fact, recent data indicates there is only one confirmed positive case per 5,000 fully vaccinated Americans per day. You're as safe as possible. And we're doing everything we can to keep it that way. Keep it that way. Keep you safe. That's where boosters come in. The shots that give you even more protection than after your second shot. Now, I know there's been some confusion about boosters, so let me be clear. Last month, our top government doctors announced an initial plan for booster shots for vaccinated Americans. They believe that the booster is likely to provide the highest level of protection yet. Of course, the decision of which booster shots to give, when to start them, and who will give them will be left completely to the scientists at the FDA and the Centers for Disease Control. But while we wait, we've done our part. We've bought enough boosters, enough booster shots, and the distribution system is ready to administer them. As soon as they are authorized, those eligible will be able to get a booster right away in tens of thousands of sites across the country for most Americans at your nearby and for free. The third piece of my plan is keeping, and maybe the most important, is keeping our children safe and our schools open. For any parent, it doesn't matter how low the risk of any illness or accident is when it comes to your child or grandchild. Trust me, I know. So, let me speak to you directly. Let me speak to you directly to help ease some of your worries. Two separate categories. Children ages 12 and older who are eligible for a vaccine now, and children ages 11 and under who are not yet eligible. The safest thing for your child 12 and older is to get them vaccinated. They get vaccinated for a lot of things. That's it, get them vaccinated. As with adults, almost all the serious COVID-19 cases we're seeing among adolescents are unvaccinated 12 to 17-year-olds, an age group that lags behind in vaccination rates. So parents, please get your teenager vaccinated. What about children under the age of 12 who can't get vaccinated yet? Well, the best way for a parent to protect their child under the age of 12 starts at home. Every parent, every teen sibling, every caregiver around them should be vaccinated. Children have 4 times higher chance of getting hospitalized if they live in a state with low vaccination rates rather than states with high vaccination rates. Now, if you're a parent of a young child, you're wondering, when will it be the vaccine available for them? I strongly support independent scientific review for vaccine uses for children under 12. We can't take shortcuts with that scientific work. But I've made it clear I will do everything within my power to support the FDA with any resource it needs to continue to do this as safely and as quickly as possible. And our nation's top doctors are committed to keeping the public at large updated on the process so parents can plan. Now to the schools. We know that if schools follow the science and implement the safety measures like testing, masking, adequate ventilation systems, which we provided the money for, social distancing, and vaccinations, then children can be safe from COVID-19 in schools. Today, about 90% of school staffs and teachers are vaccinated. We should get that to 100%. My administration has already acquired teachers at the schools run by the Defense Department, because I have the authority as president of the federal system, the Defense Department and the Interior Department, to get vaccinated. That's authority I possess. Tonight, I'm announcing that will require all of nearly 300,000 educators in the federal paid program, Head Start program, must be vaccinated as well to protect your youngest, our young.
All right, we're gonna take a break from that dude for a little bit. Let's see what's going on in the comment section. All right, I'm gonna go back a few minutes to Stephanie Queen. Start with that comment. Anybody who got the vaccine, are you magnetic? Hey, somebody told me something about that. They said they got the shot, right? And right where it was a kid that got the shot, they said you could stick a magnet to it. So I probably would have laughed at that comment, Stephanie, but I heard something about that before, so. But that is kind of funny though. Are you magnetic? Oh my God, we gotta laugh through this BS, y'all. First it was get the shot and take the mask off. Now get the shot and keep the mask on. Plus you can still get infected, but come on and get the jab. Gail says, I live in Mo. There's certain stores won't let you shop without a vaccine card. My dealer selling vaccine cards. Oh my God, bro. What is the world coming to, man? I ain't gonna lie, I'll be one of them people purchase one of them. All right, so look, let me ask you guys this. It's freaking hot. Because it sounds like this whole video that he is doing is like just heavily promoting his vaccination. So it's something important behind it, either way it goes. But on the downside, what do you guys think this vaccine does on a downside? You know, as far as I heard that even alters your DNA further down the line, which I'm still doing a little bit of research on that. So I don't want to speak up too much on that because I'm not too quite educated on that yet, but I am educated myself on that part. Just seeing, because I heard that a few times from a couple people that it alters your DNA. Well, what do you guys think on the downside? You know, with the rumors or something you might have heard, why they would want this vaccination in your body so bad besides just trying to stop this virus? And another thing, the booster shot will be the third shot, right? That people will have to get. They sell fake vaccine cards on Instagram. Boosters are for those who got vaccinated. Oh, they are saying the booster shots are for everyone. A booster shot. Wow. That's the word, discriminated against the ones that don't have the vaccine. And you know what? I feel bad for them people, man, that just say you work for a company, bro, like 20 years, 25 years, but you're not quite at retirement. And then something like this happens. And not even that, just people that don't want to get vaccinated and then might lose their job or might be forced to get vaccinated just to keep their job. Like, all right, let me just tell y'all a little bit about how I feel about that, man. I don't think that's godly at all. And I don't think that's right. You know what I mean? And that's just a scary fact right there of that's kind of like the mark of the beast, man. You're forced to do this. You know, some people is really gonna be forced to do that and not in a position to, all right, well, I could take that hit and go make money elsewhere, or already might have money. You know what I mean? So I really think about them people that will get the shot just to keep their employment, but they really don't want to get it. Fern says, "See that right there? I'm 7 minutes behind in the comments, y'all. So I'm trying to catch up. I'm hesitant to get 2 shots, but I'm definitely not getting 3. Mark of the beast. You can buy it or sell. Um, 3 shots is just the start. This is going to be a regular thing. The military with their guinea pigs. They are putting chip in people. Depopulation. Truth seeker is telling the truth. What is? Hey, Lady Tar Heel. How's it going? How's it going? You from North Carolina? North Carolina, put your hands up. Put your hands up. There's billions and billions of dollars being made. Bill Gates has it funded. Putting chip in your arm. It has nanotechnology, but nanotechnology tracks and controls you. My mom had shots for years and had to get off it for my job. It is not good. Pharma is all about the money. The more shots and arms, the more money they get. I think it's deeper than money. You got to think about it like when it comes to money in these politics, money don't even exist. They create money. These people that run the world, so the last thing they care about is money. Money is nothing to them. Their thing is depopulation, control, and taking people's souls for the evil side. Doing the devil's job. We all know that. Y'all know the deal. It is a freak show. All right, let me hurry up and try to catch up, y'all. In Germany, you can't go without a shot or proof of negative COVID to see. All right, I understand showing the proof of negative like once a week. That's overextensive, but I'd rather do that than to get a shot. And they should give people that option. Like, if you don't want to get the shot, well, you're going to have to go through this process once a week to, all right, that's cool. People will work with that. It's better than forcing it amongst people and then, you're not forcing it amongst people and you still know that people is negative. So they can't say that process doesn't work. Unless you're gonna say, oh, people got the fake test and all that. And I just wish this thing didn't exist. I would trail Gates wanted for deaths in other countries. No, it's not money. It's all about controlling the population. Gucci, bro. I ain't trying to get stabbed in my friend. Oh, shit. Hey, somebody got to talk about it, man. Somebody got to talk about it. Now you got me look around. I don't want to be one of them people get knocked down on live. But yeah, this whole video with Biden, man, it seems like he's just trying to promote. heavy promotion on get the vaccination. And this is why I'm not having no more kids. I'm thinking about the kids that I got now. I want to have a lot of kids, but that's a wrap, man. The world is getting too messed up. I don't want no more kids got to go through all this stuff, man. Stay safe, or I gotta dip out and get some sleep. All right, Skulls, I appreciate it, man. Much love. 100. Well, yeah, that's true too, Shannon. What you said. Hey, has anybody to Shannon my day one? Day one, Shannon. It's two Shannons, y'all. The focus is get those shots and those arms. Go one. Yeah, I definitely think it's something to alter something. Your DNA, your way of thinking, it's doing something, man. And then I don't know. When you sit here and talk about stuff like this, then they call it conspiracy and all that. Let's get back into this video though with Mr. Biden, our wonderful president, right?
Youngest, most precious Americans, and give parents their comfort. And tonight, I'm calling on all governors to require vaccination for all teachers and staff. Some already have done so. We need more to step up. Vaccination requirements in schools are nothing new. They work. They're overwhelmingly supported by educators and their unions. And all school officials trying to do the right thing by our children. I'll always be on your side. Let me be blunt. My plan also takes on elected officials in states that are undermining you and these life-saving actions. Right now, local school officials are trying to keep children safe in a pandemic while their governor picks a fight with them and even threatens their salaries or their jobs. Talk about bullying in schools. If they'll not help, if these governors won't help us beat the pandemic, I'll use my power as president to get them out of the way. The Department of Education has already begun to take legal action against states undermining protection that local school officials have ordered. Any teacher or school official whose pay is withheld for doing.
Hey, Fern, they give you my opinion on your question. Is it really? Yeah, okay, yeah. To answer that, all right, so like when it comes down to just the it's how can I say it? Let me think of a way to say it real quick. Everything is like a game. Like they're gonna put certain things in front of your face, then they're gonna do certain things to confuse you to all right, you see like basically the question that you just asked. that causes confusions amongst the masses, which confusion is always not good. But and then Texas is like its own type of government. Texas got their own little thing going on. And what is Texas to the whole entire world? You know what I mean? Is really nothing. Or even the United States is the biggest state, but they do stuff like that to confuse people, basically, to get you confused.
Right thing. We will have
My
that
opinion,
pay
that's just my
restored by
opinion.
the federal government 100%. I promise you, I will have your back. The fourth piece of my plan is increasing testing and masking. From the start, America has failed to do enough COVID-19 testing. In order to better detect and control the Delta variant, I'm taking steps tonight to make testing more available, more affordable, and more convenient. I'll use the Defense Production Act to increase production of rapid tests, including those that you can use at home. While that production is ramping up, my administration has worked with top retailers like Walmart, Amazon, and Kroger's. And tonight, we're announcing that no later than next week, each of these outlets will start to sell at-home rapid test kits at cost for the next 3 months. This immediate price reduction for at-home test kits for up to 35% reduction. We'll also expand free testing at 10,000 pharmacies around the country. And we're committing $2 billion to purchase nearly 300 million rapid tests for distribution to community health centers, food banks, schools, so that every American, no matter their income, can access free and convenient tests. This is important to everyone, particularly for a parent or a child with a child not old enough to be vaccinated. You'll be able to test them at home and test those around them. In addition to testing, we know masking helps stop the spread of COVID-19. That's why when I came into office, I required masks for all federal buildings, on federal lands, on airlines, and other modes of transportation. Tonight, I'm announcing that the Transportation Safety Administration, the TSA, will double the fines on travelers that refuse to mask. If you break the rules, be prepared to pay. And by the way, show some respect. The anger you see on television toward flight attendants and others doing their job is wrong. It's ugly. The fifth piece of my plan is protecting our economic recovery. Because of our vaccination program and the American Rescue Plan, which we passed early in my administration, we've had record job creation for a new administration. Economic growth unmatched in 40 years. We cannot let unvaccinated do this progress, undo it, turn it back. So tonight, I'm announcing the additional steps to strengthen our economy. We'll be expanding.
Put some respect on it. All right, Ing. But look, I just want to say this, you guys. You see how he's already pushing that narrative of unvaccinated people are like the villains. Like we the bad people, which is not cool, man, because it's been a lot of problems with vaccinations in history, you know what I mean? And especially within the black community also. And it's not just something that, you know, somebody is just gonna hop on. People that had to do it was forced to do it already because of the getting sick or whatever, or having to go around certain people, so they got to get vaccinated, basically still by force. But I just don't think it's right, for them to come at people like that. You got to give people some time. They need some time to create and figure out what they're doing. that's just where I really stand on it. I don't, not to knock it in no type of way, but it takes time, man. Especially to put something in your body, bro. But the way that they pushing this narrative is not cool. That's major separation right there already. And I don't like that part right there, man. Which I already know, that's what's gonna come to hand. It's gonna be the vaccinated versus the unvaccinated, which is this is the narrative where it starts right here. Just by the way he just said it, it's not what you say, but how you say it. He already separating the unvaccinated and the vaccinated. I'm just concerned about what's gonna happen in the next couple months. So we're gonna have them family members and them friends that's gonna feel like that. It's gonna be a lot of relationships like just destroyed. We're not gonna be able to see a lot of loved ones just because of this whole situation. And then it's gonna be a lot of people losing their jobs, and oh my God, man. That's why I just want to speak up on it, because I just feel it's a serious situation at hand, and it seems like it's not going nowhere. And um, a lot of things is gonna change like real quick, man. And it's gonna be sad, because I'm telling y'all, it's gonna happen with friends, with our job, with loved ones.
COVID-19 Economic Injury Disaster Loan Programs. That's a program that's going to allow small businesses to borrow up to $2 million from the current $500,000 to keep going if COVID-19 impacts on their sales. These low-interest, long-term loans require no repayment for 2 years and can used to hire and retain workers, purchase inventory, or even pay down higher cost debt racked up since the pandemic began. I'll also be taking additional steps to help small businesses stay afloat during the pandemic. Sixth, we're going to continue to improve the care of those who do get COVID-19. In early July, I announced the deployment of surge response teams. These are teams comprised of experts from the Department of Health and Human Services, the CDC, the Defense Department, and the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, to areas in the country that need help to stem the spread of COVID-19. Since then, the federal government has deployed nearly 1,000 staff, including doctors, nurses, paramedics, into 18 states. Today, I'm announcing that the Defense Department will double the number of military health teams that they'll deploy to help their fellow Americans and hospitals around the country. Additionally, we're increasing the availability of new medicines recommended by real doctors, not conspiracy theorists. The monoclonal antibody treatments have been shown to reduce the risk of hospitalization by up to 70% for unvaccinated people at risk of developing severe disease. We've already distributed 1.4 million courses of these treatments to save lives and reduce the strain on hospitals. Tonight, I'm announcing we will increase the average pace of shipment across the country of free monoclonal antibody treatments by another 50%. Before I close, let me say this. Communities of color are disproportionately impacted by this virus. And as we continue to battle COVID-19, we will ensure that equity continues to be at the center of our response. We'll ensure that everyone is reached. My first responsibility as president is to protect the American people and make sure we have enough vaccine for every American, including enough boosters for every American
People of color
who's approved to get one. We also know this virus transcends borders. That's why even as we execute this plan at home, we need to continue fighting the virus overseas, continue to be the arsenal of vaccines. We're proud to have donated nearly 140 million vaccines over 90 countries, more than all other countries combined, including Europe, China, and Russia combined. That's American leadership on a global stage. And that's just the beginning. We've also now started to ship another 500 million COVID vaccines, Pfizer vaccines, purchased to donate to 100 lower-income countries in need of vaccines. And I'll be announcing additional steps to help the rest of the world later this month. As I recently released the key parts of my pandemic preparedness plan so that America isn't caught flat-footed with a new pandemic comes again, as it will. Next month, I'm also going to release a plan in greater detail. So let me close with this. We've made so much progress during the past 7 months of this pandemic. The recent increases in vaccinations in August already are having an impact in some states where case counts are dropping in recent days. Even so, we remain at a critical moment, a critical time. We have the tools. Now we just have to finish the job with truth, with science, with confidence, and together as one nation. Look, we're the United States of America. There's nothing, not a single thing we're unable to do if we do it together. So let's stay together. God bless you all and all those who continue to serve on the front lines of this pandemic. And may God protect our troops. Get vaccinated.
And there, a tough message from the President of the United States acknowledging that America is in a tough spot right now. And so he is taking bold, expansive, and aggressive action in order to mandate vaccines as much as he can across the federal workforce and for anybody who has contracts and works for the federal workforce, as well as businesses that employ more than 100 people. The president saying this is not about freedom or personal choice. It's about protecting people around you. Let's bring in Chief White House correspondent Nancy Cordes, who joins us now. And Nancy, I'm thinking just 2 months ago, the president was declaring that the nation's independence from this virus. Now, these strict new rules, how will they work?
Well, Nora, they will work because there will be real consequences for people who don't get vaccinated. Federal workers who don't get vaccinated, they could be fired, and companies with 100 employees or more could face fines of $14,000 per violation if they don't ensure that their workers are vaccinated. The challenge here is, does the Department of Labor have the resources to check to make sure that all of these businesses are complying with the new rules? You're talking about businesses that collectively employ about 80 million people in this country, Nora. And as you can imagine, it would take quite a regimen of employees just at the Department of Labor to make sure that those companies are doing what the federal government now says it wants them to do.
The president pointing out that many large businesses already require vaccines in the workplace. I have heard from other big CEOs of big companies saying they've been looking for the cover of the federal government to mandate these vaccines so that they can do the same thing. Let's bring in CBS News chief medical correspondent, Dr. John LaPook. And Dr. LaPook, this is clearly action the president didn't want to have to take, which is mandating it. But the cases now, we're talking 140, 150,000 a day. As Dr. Fauci said, this is 10 times more than what's an acceptable level.
Right. And, you know, I just got off the phone with Dr. Robert Grossman, who's the dean of NYU Langone Health, where I'm a professor of medicine. He said these mandates actually do work. When it happened for flu vaccine, the uptake went up dramatically, and it's near 100% now in that medical center. And already he's noticing since this recent mandate to do the COVID vaccine that the uptake of the COVID vaccine has dramatically increased. But, you know, the president mentioned three things. He talked about vaccination, masks, and testing. That's great. But he didn't mention something that's so important, which is the importance of ventilation and filtration. The aerosol scientists have taught us that this virus is spread through the air. They've been jumping up and down for people to make more of a big deal out of it. And especially if the president mentioned getting back to entertainment venues, going back to school, there's an opportunity in those places to improve the ventilation, make sure 13 filters, and the HVAC systems are right, and the HEPA filters are in, and that's going to provide another layer of protection for these kids. You know, in the 70s, when these buildings became more green, it was more energy efficient, but it also became, in a lot of cases, less healthy because the air didn't have as much good circulation ventilation.
I know you have been talking about that for a long time, the aerosolization of this virus, the importance of being vaccinated because of that. Thank you, Dr. LaPook. The president also taking aim at Republican governors who have done away with mask mandates, particularly not by name, calling out Governor DeSantis, where there have been a number of more than a dozen school officials who were unvaccinated who have died in Miami-Dade County. The president said that action that Governor DeSantis is taking is to talk about bullying in schools. So the president trying to protect teachers and others who want to get vaccinated and want to wear masks. So that's part of the political element of this as well. Well, our coverage will continue on our 24-hour streaming service, CBSN. You can watch it at cbsnews.com or download our CBS News app. You can do it on your cell phone. You can do it on your...
Ooh. All right, you guys, hold on real quick. All right, y'all, what's going on, y'all? Thank you, everybody that's still tuned in. Thank you to the ones that just tuned in. Let me run back through these comments, see what you guys talking about. Also, at the same time, what you guys think. We just here, you know, talk about everybody's opinion. See, I just want to know, you know, how different people feel about what's going on in the world, what's going on in America. Excuse me. Especially, you know, with the C-19 thing that's going on. And, you know, these mandated vaccinations. Which they might copyright this video, they might not. It don't really matter to me. You know, I like to just really talk about the truth, and I'm really interested in that, and don't really care if a video get copywritten or not. It doesn't matter. They help spread awareness for the boys, of course. 2 missing boys out of California City, classic and sincere. Someone on chat mentioned before in Texas, employees being fined weekly till they vaccine. Lady Tar Heel says fake news, lying to us all. Yeah, it doesn't seem very heartfelt. But the sad, let me say this. The sad part about it is that, you know, people are really dying behind this. Let me get that out the way. That, you know, people are really losing their life behind what's going on, which I think is created on both ends. I think the whole disease was created, of course, and spread amongst us. And then, you know, of course, you know, the thing with the vaccination, all for some type of reason. You know what they doing, y'all. My friend works for a cremation company, and a year ago he said they were swamped. He's not as busy anymore. So are these numbers legit? That's one thing too. The numbers never added up to me with anything with, you know, what's going on. I just thought of something. When it like you know how we wear our mask all day and it's somewhat hard to breathe for some folks. Wouldn't that put you in like a weaken your lungs and put you in a position to get like bronchitis or something like that. Not bronchitis, pneumonia. And then you would think you're not getting all the proper oxygen to your brain or your body, your lungs. I don't know. I just thought about that. Doing it every day of your life, you would think it would affect your body. Lovely lady says biowarfare. Yeah, honestly, that's how I feel too, man. And just a spiritual battle. I know it's an evil force, of course, but guys just gotta remember, can't forget the history. You know what I mean? Of life. I was speaking of the deduction from employees, but what was the employer's motivation? They just said the employer will redive 1,400 per non-vaccinated employee. But anyways, you guys, I'm getting pretty tired. I'm gonna go in the house and lay it down. I want to thank everybody that's in here. I appreciate it. I just wanted to discuss that, you guys. So I really do appreciate it, though, for reals, for reals. Because it is a stressful situation, man. And especially when you got kids, you got family. I think about everybody around me and just everybody that I love. What we're going to go through the next couple months, years, days, weeks. I don't know. This just seems like something that's going to be serious, y'all. That's definitely not going to go away, and they're making a big deal out of it. And to go forth with their agenda, apparently. Thanks, Fern. I appreciate it. It's life, man. It's stuff that needs to be talked about, that should be able to be talked about on platforms. But I guess a lot of platforms don't like talking about things like this. I don't know. Maybe eventually they shut your channel down, or maybe people is worried about copyrights or something. I don't really know. I wouldn't be surprised if you got to be vaccinated to have a YouTube. That'd be crazy. But at the same time, if y'all got kids and stuff, man, and all kids got talent, man. Start putting them on the internet if you want to put your kids on the internet. I'm just saying that as far as business wise, you know what I mean? That's pretty much that's all that's gonna be left. And pretty much ain't gonna have no choice but to do that. Take these TikToks and YouTubes. I don't really know what else pays money, but it's not a bad idea at this point. Just depending on, if you guys are getting vaccinated or not. Or even yourself, anybody, get a little. I ain't got no TikTok yet, but I ain't making no money now, not much money off of YouTube. But I guess eventually, certain, you take it to a different level. You be serious. I guess you could, live off of it. God bless you too, Lady Tar Heel. Appreciate you for being here. Lovely says, I am very sad people are getting sick and dying from the virus. The C-19 is something different. Plus, C from the C-19 is something different. Coronavirus has renewed patients on it for years, which means it was created in a lab. Yeah, I noticed that, Shannon, on the Lysol. Patents. I said patients, patents. Yeah, my bad about that. I did say patients. Purposely done. Yeah, I'm kind of on the same thing. Honestly. No problem, Lily. I appreciate it. We're the boys. We're the boys. And look, you guys, for those that is interested, I'm going to just recommend one good book. I always talk about it. Behold Pale Horse by William Cooper, y'all. He is a great man, a great God-fearing man, an American that died for telling the truth, basically. It's a thick book. It talks about a lot of stuff. But if I just always, recommend that book to people that's interested in these type of things because he speaks up on everything, man, all types of stuff, y'all. Behold a Pale Horse by William Cooper, y'all. For real. It's kind of hard to get, but you could get it though. You could even contact me. I could send it to you email for free, y'all. It's probably will be the best way to get it, honestly. Um, but I do have it. I can email it to you. Hey, pretty kitty, how you doing? I'm always hearing your lives watching, but never say anything. But just wanted to say hi now. That's what's up. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Even just watching and being there still means a lot to me. I know there's one more person there that's listening to the story. That's all I want to do is just spread awareness for the boys. And then talk about real life stuff, you know what I mean? I appreciate everybody up in this thing. Thank you, Lady Tar Heel. Did you just come across it today? But either way it go, I really do appreciate it. Everybody stay safe and stay blessed. Hit that like button. Okay, cool. You know about the boys, the two missing boys out of California City? Lovely. You read that book, Behold a Pale Horse? I just started reading it again myself because I haven't read through the whole book. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I gotta finish reading. I do like a little bit every other night. No, I haven't. What type of book is that? What is that about? I do like to read, you guys, so if you guys have any good content out there, let me know. In regards to I like conspiracy books, as they would say, quote unquote conspiracies, but I like real life books, like books like the Behold the Pale Horrors. Um Even books like Angels and Demons. I done read stuff like that. All types of just interesting good books. 48 Laws of Power. I read that. My bad, I got lost for a little bit. I was thinking about some. Okay, you know about the two little boys. Any updates? Not really no major updates. Just still little things in the works, but not nothing major as far as law enforcement or anything. They haven't really been talking much. So, it's pretty much on the same page, which is about to be 9 months. All right, let me see. I'm gonna drop my email so you guys could email me these books, or just just the title of the books, so I could get it. It's it's about a lot that's happened in our lifetime before it all happened, but it's interesting read. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna drop my email right now. Hold on, I gotta do it off this phone. I don't know how to do it on here. All right, there you go. You keeping up with the Summer Wells case out of Tennessee? Yeah, I was following. I started following that case before I got sick. I need to get back on it. I was just like spreading awareness. You know what I mean? That's pretty much it. Just mention her name. That's all I pretty much could do. Because I don't really know too much. About the case. I was just getting into it. It's like tripping me out. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Summer Wells. But all right, you guys, I'm out of here. It's what, 12:23. I've been on here hour and 50 minutes, you guys. I appreciate everybody once again. Much love, peace and blessings. Boss like, yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow, y'all.